Formula One is no stranger to extreme wealth and is the playground of the world's most rich and famous. Take the Miami Grand Prix. Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk's attendance meant there was over $300 billion of net worth there in 2 men alone. But it was what Red Bull boss Christian Horner said about Musk that got so many people interested. Elon Musk spotted with Red Bull team. A race in Miami was always likely to attract some of the world's biggest celebrities, and it would seem some of the world's wealthiest as well. Formula One has its own rich men, with Aston Martin owner Lawrence Stroll worth $3 billion, while Mercedes CEO and team principal Toto Wolff recently crossed the billion mark. But their wealth seems like nothing compared to 2 men that were spotted in the Miami paddock, Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos. Bezos was spotted hanging out with the McLaren team, presumably invited by his fellow American Zach Brown, and the Amazon owner was even seen on the McLaren pit wall listening to the on-track action. Musk, meanwhile, was there as a guest of Red Bull, and it seems it was not just a fun day out for the Tesla mastermind. Christian Horner pokes fun at Elon Musk. Anyone who knows Horner or has heard even a minute of one of his interviews knows he will never miss an opportunity to have a cheeky joke at someone else's expense. These jokes tend to be saved for his arch-rival Toto Wolff, but shortly after Miami, it was Musk who was in Horner's crosshairs. Speaking to the Financial Times, Horner spoke about Musk and said, "It was great to see him coming to a Formula One race and embracing the combustion engine again. I think he was very impressed with the technology. Obviously an incredibly bright guy, wanted to know all about the battery and so on, and the power and the output of the car. Then he threw down the gauntlet of wanting to race us with one of his electrical vehicles, but then realised that they could only do half the race." But while Horner enjoyed making a joke of it, it was what he said next that was so interesting to F1 fans. Elon Musk's link with Oracle. Now, while fans across the world know the team as Red Bull, their official name is Oracle Red Bull Racing. Red Bull have often had title sponsors, and it started in 2016 when they got involved with the luxury watchmaker Tag Heuer. As part of the arrangement, the Renault engines that supplied Red Bull were rebranded as Tag Heuer power units, and their sponsor changed again in 2018 when Aston Martin became the new title sponsor. For those of you now sitting scratching your head, this was before Lawrence Stroll bought a controlling share of the car manufacturer, so he's not involved at this point. Red Bull's most recent and current title sponsor is Oracle, which is an American technology company that provides database software and technology, cloud-engineered systems, and enterprise software. This tech speak may be a little hard to understand, but if you want an obvious answer as to why Red Bull work with them, Oracle are the 3rd largest software company in the world by revenue and market capitalization. The person behind Oracle is a man called Larry Ellison, which appears to be how Musk got his in at Red Bull. Horner said, "He's a partner with Larry Ellison from Oracle, who is our title partner. It's always great to meet people like that because they're so involved in the tech and so forward thinking as well. Formula One has a big regulation change in 2026 where the battery becomes ever more pertinent, so it would obviously be great to attract talent like that to invest in Formula One." Why 2026 is attaching so many big names? Horner is right to mention the 2026 season, as the regulation changes that are coming then have already proven to be very attractive for some of the largest companies in the world. While the chassis will largely stay the same, the 2026 rule changes will focus on the engine and crucially make it not only cheaper to create but also more sustainable. As a result, we've already seen some of the biggest names in the world race to get on the grid. Honda reversed their initial decision to leave F1 by announcing they would supply engines to Aston Martin. Volkswagen had hoped to get both their brands, Porsche and Audi, on the grid, and while that didn't work out for Porsche, Audi will be on the grid in 2026, supplying their own engines. The 5th largest car company in the world, Ford, have partnered up with Red Bull to help create the team's engines from 2026, and their rival General Motors is a partner of Andretti, who hopes to get on the grid for 2026, if not before. It's clear to see then why a name like Musk would be interested in getting involved in F1, but where exactly could the billionaire put his money? Where could Elon Musk invest in F1? With $188 billion in the bank, the possibilities are endless for Musk if he does decide to branch into F1. As the owner of one of the most famous and technologically advanced companies in the world, it would make sense for him to be involved in the sport on the cutting edge of technology. The first place he could get involved is with the team itself. Red Bull is pretty much a non-starter, as they already have significant backing and a title sponsor, but he could possibly go the Lawrence Stroll route and buy an existing team. Of the 10 teams currently on the grid, there are some that will not sell in a million years, such as Ferrari and Mercedes, but perhaps a team related to Red Bull could be an option, that of course being AlphaTauri. AlphaTauri and Toro Rosso once made Red Bull as proud as their first team did, and helped to give young rookies like Sebastian Vettel, Daniel Ricciardo and Max Verstappen, but these days it's become a source of disappointment. They finished P9 in the 2022 standings and look on course to do so again in 2023, leading many to speculate that Red Bull may be looking to get rid of them. Christian Horner and co have denied those rumours, but if the right offer came in, they could consider it. This wouldn't come cheap though, with it recently being speculated that it would cost any new owner $500 million to buy a team. Musk may decide he's got enough on his plate, thanks to the mess unfolding at Twitter, so if he wants to still be involved but with an easier route, perhaps then he could look at engines. The 6 providers for the 2026 season have already been confirmed in the form of Red Bull, Ford, Mercedes, Ferrari, Audi, Honda and Renault, but could Musk and Tesla partner up with any of them? Red Bull are taken with their involvement with Ford, Mercedes are unlikely to want to do a deal, as are Ferrari, which leaves Audi, Honda and Renault. We'll admit, a link up with any of Musk's competing car manufacturers seems unlikely at this stage, but Honda did state they were looking to invest more in their electric vehicle range, so perhaps that's a route in. But we wouldn't hold our breath. Which brings us on to our final suggestion, and perhaps the one that is the most attractive to Musk himself. When you think of Elon Musk, do you think of someone happy to be guided by someone else, or happy to be told what to do and when? Nope, we don't either. Musk has shown clearly he's the boss and nothing else, so when it comes to F1, why would he commit to buying a team if he has to follow F1's rules? It's notable that of the big billionaires in the world, Musk is a rare expectation as he doesn't own a sports team. Perhaps then he could own the sport itself. F1 governance is split into 2 sections, with the FIA controlling the regulations, while Formula 1 management, or FOM for short, controls the commercial arm. It's the latter that has exploded in value of late. The sport was bought by Liberty Media from Bernie Ecclestone in 2016 for a figure of $4.4 billion, but don't be surprised if that value has since doubled, if not tripled. A report in January suggested that Saudi Arabia inquired about purchasing the sport and put down a $20 billion offer. Although it was rejected, it was an example of just how highly the sport is valued in 2023. So if Musk wanted to gain control of F1 and start dictating things like where races take place, it will cost him a considerable amount, but it will not be the largest price he's ever paid. As we all know, Musk recently became the owner of Twitter, and it cost him $44 billion to do so. Musk may wait a little before going on another big shopping spree. Having a mind like Musk involved in F1 would be a fascinating experience, but perhaps one too many fans would be hesitant against considering his disastrous time spent overseeing Twitter so far. But what do you think? Do you want to see Musk in F1? And if so, what do you want to see him doing? A team owner, engine mastermind, or maybe the head honcho at the top of it all? Let us know in the comments, and make sure you're subscribed so you never miss a release here on the DRS Straight.